One of my favorite of all of the Vesica Institute online spiritual science courses is the one that I created entitled Uniting Spiritual and Vibrational Practices. You'll notice that in the curriculum of the Vesica Institute, we have on the one hand spiritual science courses that are devoted to developing human consciousness, and on the other hand, we have the vibrational science courses, sometimes referred to under the name SEER, for Subtle Energy Explorations and Research. Now, the reason why we have these two forms of courses is that, again, spiritual science courses are about how we develop our consciousness to a higher level, and the vibrational courses are how we activate and develop our vibrational body of life energy to a higher level. What's not well understood today is how both of these parts of the puzzle are absolutely essential, and each depends on the other. Without developing our vibrational energy body to a higher level, we don't have a solid foundation for our consciousness development to rest on. If your energy system is unstable, then any higher level development of our consciousness and our mind power is simply not possible, or it can become highly unstable or even lead to mental illness. And on the other hand, if we only develop the vibrational practices to open up the energy system, activate the latent power in the different energy centers of our body, if we only do that, then we don't have the full activation of the mind power and consciousness to guide the process to a beneficial direction. And often there will be distortions on the spiritual path, sometimes catastrophic, because we simply don't have the discernment or the level of contextual knowledge to be able to know the correct choices at key points of the path of spiritual development. And so I created this course so that I could clarify the interaction between our spiritual science consciousness development and our vibrational science activation of the latent powers in our energy body. In this course, I've given a variety of very advanced practices that I've never given out anywhere else, and as far as I know, simply don't exist anywhere else for the public out in the world today. One of these practices is directly experiencing what the Rosicrucians call the four ethers. Often we simply refer abstractly today to the human body of life energy, called the ether in Greece, or chi in China, or ki in Japan, or prana in India. And we just have some type of vague understanding that there's a body of energy that animates the physical body. That's entirely true, but for more advanced work, we need to understand what the different levels of this body of energy actually are, and how, as a greater cosmological process, everything in the material world around us has been formed through four different levels of the etheric life force, and that is reflected in the structure of our own subtle bodies, where we have these four ethers inside of us. These four ethers are the actual source of what we think of as the four elements. The warmth ether is the actual power behind fire. The light ether, the actual power behind air. The chemical or sound ether, the actual power behind water. And the life ether, the actual power behind physical manifestation. In this particular course, I will give you a practice that allows you to directly experience each of these four ethers in your own energy system. This opens up tremendously advanced levels of spiritual initiation work and also very advanced forms of spiritual healing work, both on ourselves and on other people. I also go into the hidden secret of the fifth ether. It's considered by the Rosicrucians one of the most profound and sacred mysteries of all of human life. And I describe the nature of this fifth ether and ways to start experiencing it and manifesting it in your own energy field. Also in this course, I go into the breathing light practice so that the concept of enlightenment becomes something that we viscerally experience inside of our body. I also describe a fundamental but little known practice of how to push toxicity energetically out of your body. And there are many other exercises as well that are given here from slightly different perspectives and how they are addressed in other courses. This includes activating the central pillar of light in the human energy field, as well as the extremely important Rosicrucian dissolving practice, where we can dissolve away the outer appearance of anything in the physical world, person, place, or thing, to reveal the spiritual reality that stands behind the physical appearance. There's also a huge number of informational topics that are covered in this course that I haven't covered in any other public course. This includes aspects of the use of particular stones and minerals, of particular plants, and other types of natural allies that we can use both for activating our mind and our energy, as well as for advanced healing work. This includes information from the Chinese Taoist tradition, the Indian tradition, the Western traditions including the Rosicrucian tradition, and many others.